Welcome back to another video. Today we're back in the Open Ultra League, running a slightly different team, a different variation of what we've had before. But it's going to be the Shadow Charizard paired with the Cresselia and Trevenant. So here we are just staying in just to see what happens. They throw the body slam, we survive it, so we don't shield it. Here we go for the blast burn. Let's see if they shield or don't shield. Depending on what they do, we might switch out or not. They end up shielding, so we decide to stay in because this Charizard is pretty much done. And we're going to at least get big damage or 2 shields, so that's exactly what happens. We switch out immediately. Now we can save that blast. No, I'm sorry. Now we can save that Charizard for a potential sack swap later. And surprisingly enough, they are also staying in. So, not sure what they have at this point. Maybe some kind of ABA team. We're just going to go for this Moonblast here. This Cresselia is running the double nuke Moonblast and Future Sight. So this is going to be another body slam. This body slam doesn't quite KO. We farm up just a little bit. Then we go for the Moonblast to take out whatever is left of this Snorlax. And now we see what they have in the back. Oh, it ends up being the Jellicent. And they're not switching out. So this tells us that this Trevenant is very, very valuable right now. So we're going to shield here. And then obviously we're going to farm up just a little bit. And then we're going to throw this Shadow Ball to KO this Jellicent. And then we just hope this Trevenant can clean up in the back. And indeed, it ends up being double water in the back. So all we have to do here is just get to 2 City Bombs. And this is GG's. Not sure about that team comp, because you have Snorlax, which is weak to fighting, but you don't really have a protector for that. All they had was like the Swampert and Jellicent. So in a small way, it was an ABA team, but also it's like double water in the back. So anyways, here we have the Shadow Charizard versus the Cresselia. Classic matchup. We do have to be very careful about a potential Future Sight. This was not a Future Sight, and then we decide to just continue to stay in. They're also staying in, so this is very interesting. Maybe a potential switch somewhere. We want to make sure we don't have our move caught. Looks like we throw another Blast Burn, and let's see what our opponent does. Okay, so they just decided to sack it. So that tells me they have a pretty much ABA team, and indeed that's exactly what they have. They have the Ampharos in the back waiting to farm down that Charizard, so we have to immediately switch out. Luckily we switched out into the Cresselia. We baited out their Dark type. As we have the Trevenant in the back here, that Trevenant would have been just hard-walled by this Alolan Muk. So luckily, it is in our favor right now. All we have to do is either get this Moonblast to take out the Muk, or we're going to get a shield. Okay, so now we're just in the clear. Now it's just GG's. Here, this Shadow Ampharos potentially could be running the Brutal Swing, and they reveal that they have the Focus Blast. Looks like the Focus Blast was anticipating some kind of fighter or steel type, and they just blind through it. Here we know that all we have to do is just get to these Seed Bombs. We do have to throw an optimal timing here. So perfect right there. They have no more shields, and here we don't mind if it takes us out, but we know that we have to switch out immediately. Now we have to go immediately right there. Whew. If we had just stayed in and allowed them to get that entire Volt Switch energy, that would have been disastrous. So GG's to our opponent right there. We just were able to figure out their backline a little bit better. Whenever they have a situation where they stay in when it's a clear loss, you do have to kind of be prepared to switch out after winning the lead, or maybe in the switch, mainly in the lead. All right, here is our 1-4 breaker. So this Jellicent is really good against our entire team. So our best matchup here is this Charizard. We're just going to play it out. We do get the free Blast Burn because we know that they probably won't show the first one. That Blast Burn does huge chunk damage, but it doesn't KO. So here we just say, okay, we're just going to invest 2 shields, and we're just going to see what happens because we need this Jellicent as low as possible. We do get a shield, which is nice. And then now here we're just going to try to catch a move. Indeed, we do catch a move, and it's being served. So that was really good. That was pretty much the best way we could have played that, honestly. We invested 2 shields, but we actually wasted their energy on their Jellicent. So we're ahead of it. We are ahead of the game right now. Here we have the Kanto Shadow Shining Muk. Ooh, that was a handful. It ends up being the Dark Pulse KOs the Trevenant, which is fine. And then now we're just going to come in with the Cresselia. They might not realize it, but we do have the future sight on it. They might think that we're just coming in with Cresselia because our Charizard is trying to avoid all this damage. So we just go for this future sight, and boom, goes all that energy. So we're sitting in a great position now because we know that Jellicent is pretty much with no energy. And here we immediately switch out because we know that we can outpace them to a Blast Burn, and it looks like we're just gonna take it out. Even if we got KO'd there, potentially we would have been able to like farm down and then throw an energy back at this Jellicent. So GG's to our opponent right there. Somehow, some way we wiggled out of that one. That's a pretty interesting team that they had. Jellicent, they had the Scrafty. There's a bunch of Scraggies during this event, so it makes sense that there might be a rise in Scrafties in Ultra League. So yeah, here we go. Next game here, we are going to be facing the Cobalion. They switched out immediately into the Staraptor. So we know the Staraptor has basically all nuke moves. We're basically waiting for them to throw a move unless we get to 100 energy. It looks like we were close to 100. They throw the Brave Bird, we survive it. Now we throw the Moonblast here. This Moonblast will be able to do huge damage. They decide to shield. Staraptor only has nuke moves. Here, they try to CMP tie us right there. We try to avoid it. Oh, they actually get to another close combat. We ended up shielding it because we knew that they probably wouldn't shield this next one. And now we're just trying to get to the next Moonblast for this Cobalion. And plus, I'm not sure if we would have been able to survive that close combat. Even though we resisted it, we were kind of in the red already. So, oh, this actually ends up being double flyers in the back. The ABB team. So this is terrible. This is actually the worst case scenario. It ends up being the hard counter to the Trevenant. And now we're in big trouble because they have a shield and they know that we have the Cresselia and Charizard left. So they basically can no shield and then just win with their Cobalion because our Cresselia is quite low and our Charizard now is really low as well. So well done by my opponent right there. This Cobalion double flyer team is very spicy. I think we ran Cobalion double flyers once. I forget, but that's a different variation of that team. A little bit unfortunate that the flyer in the back ended up being dark type because the Trevenant could have a chance against other flyers. So here we're gonna have the Mirror Dragonite. So this is kind of a weird situation. We definitely don't want to lose the lead. So we're just going to allow them to throw the move first, then we throw our move. They decide to shield, and they decide to switch in to their Gyarados. This Gyarados is having the Waterfall, so we come in with our Cresselia just for more tankiness. Maybe in hindsight that it's running Waterfall, we should have gone with the Trevenant. But here we're just going to try our best to take this Gyarados out as soon as possible. They do get the crunch chip damage, but now we get to this Moonblast right here. The Moonblast does take it out, so that's great. Let's see what they come back in. So far, oh wow, that is absolutely horrible for us. This Steelix is going to be able to farm pretty much this Cresselia all the way down. Okay, I guess they're gonna throw a move actually, but either way, this Steelix is going to be a problem for us. Now that we have the switch out, they can just go for crunch. And now they decide to switch out, so this is not looking great for us. This team is that Steelix is quite good against our backline as well. We go for the Seed Bomb here because we want to be able to either farm this down for a little bit of energy. We don't even get to that Seed Bomb, so this is not looking great here. Plus they have a shield, so I don't know what else we could have done here. It was just the unfortunate backline for us, especially with the Mirror Dragonite. We end up throwing this Dragon Claw, which is not going to do anything. So GG's to our opponent right there. This team is decent because we've been seeing a lot of electric types. So check out this team and let us know if you enjoyed the video.